And once again, let me say a big hello to Vivian Kai. Loco, how are you, babe?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Sleep well?
Yes, I did. I rested
Woke up feeling nice or grumpy?
I did. No, feeling good. Feeling good. Yeah, I mean, I wish I had a little extra, so an extra 1 hour bit to sleep, but I'm good. I'm good.
We'll manage
that. Yeah, but yesterday it was all about Napo and Kumasi.
I know.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Menchia
and the Jubilee Park was red, white,
and blue. Yeah, red, white, and blue, like the Americans. Anyway, so
we'll bring details of that.
Yes, let's do that.
So we'll start with the daily guide, the daily graphic, and as expected, Napo Unveiled is the story on their front page with, of course, Dr. Baumia and Dr. Poku Prempe on the front page. And then also ongoing BCE, 16 teachers busted for infractions. So those are some of the big stories in front of the daily graphic. We go to the Herald. The story of Napo and Baumia also there. It says, Asantehene warns Napo over arrogant level. Don't make Baumia regret choosing you as running mate. That's what the paper says. Also, Bona's family got Momo from me regularly. Iyoko boss reveals closeness and denies threat. And also, the Minister of State for Energy has been speaking on the Doomsaw thing during his vetting. That's Herbert Crapper. He says, Doomsaw situation under control. Herbert Crapper at vetting.
Okay, well, we have something here on the, let me begin with the Ghanaian Times, and the VRA ponders a Kosombo Dam spillage again and seeks to engage stakeholders in catchment areas on exercise. Okay, so I think this time round, they are starting quite early in the whole conversations about it and everything else, and prepping people that something like this potentially could happen in a few months.
Yeah, so we are told to do it, over a long period of time.
A longer period than last year.
Bits and all that. The Minister of State for Energy was saying that yesterday.
Yeah.
But Kweku, have they sorted them out in terms of?
I haven't heard anything in that regard.
Apart from
compensation.
Yeah.
There was a time when there was talk of government putting together a package to sort them out. But I haven't heard anything in terms of the actual delivery on that promise.
That should be done before this starts, honestly.
I
Because
think so.
those who live there, apart from those that we touch their lives with interventions from us and then viewers and listeners, I'm not sure much has been done. With the teeny-weeny things we saw from the likes of NADMO and all that, and then the visit from the Works and House Minister and all that, but it has to be corrected.
It's troubling that we drag some of these things out. It's almost as if there's no immediate hue and cry, it's like we can go to rest and leave the issue. But it shouldn't be the case. We have also here Napo unveiled as vice presidential candidate of MPP in Kumasi and proposed GSA cement price regulation recipe for disaster. The Chamber of Cement Manufacturers is speaking. Probe Aflao ladies assault by immigration personnel. I don't know if you saw that video.
I've seen that.
Making the rounds.
Troubling.
Yeah, the speaker is saying to the Interior Minister, we need to investigate this. No, some of these things, they just leave a bad taste in your mouth,
And there were so many of them all over the place. There were some men on the floor wounded, and then there was this lady. Initially,
who
she
was
holding
standing,
a cutlass, and then they took it from her,
and
then pretty brave lady.
Well,
men.
two soldiers, two immigration officers with guns.
So we hope what the speaker has directed that should be done. Should be done immediately. And then also, of course, the issue of their culture and the training and all that.
It's so important.
Immigration service. So I'm sure the authorities have seen and will take action appropriately. Okay, so I'm going to stick with you a bit with the cement thing because the Chronicle is also reporting the Kokmak people. They say cement price should have been 35 cedis more. Some of us
that's serious. So it means that the 108 that we are seeing, it should have been 143. That's what they're saying.
Wow.
But they've absorbed 35 Ghana cedis.
Well, what do you call it? The LI for the regulation has been laid. So let's see what will come out of it. Anyway, still with the Chronicle, and then back to the Napo and Bawumia, program yesterday.
Yeah.
The Chronicle says again, don't let Bawumia regret his decision, Otumfuo tells Napo. And also still with the Chronicle, Bawumia unveils Napo in Kumasi, and then Nana's free SHS actually translates to classroom without chalk. This is Abel Kwanzaa speaking over there. Don't worry, I'll bring you details so that way you're looking at my face. I'm sure you're interested in that.
The new finder says Napo is a problem solver, Dr. Bawumia reveals, while Otumfuo urges submission. We have 2024 BCE. ECG disconnects power at Osu Home JHS. Osu Home JHS over debts. Okay, government to showcase infrastructural projects. All right, I thought that was what the tracker was for. So why are they now coming to showcase?
Well, maybe
or maybe it's a different way of presenting.
Maybe some of you haven't, checked out the tracker.
Okay.
They need to tell their story.
Okay. Anyway, the finder.
I don't speak for them. Okay.
The finder also says cement dealers absorb 35 Ghana cedis. Of course, the same story that you brought earlier, amidst economic challenges.
Okay, so the publisher says, Asantehene, Napo not arrogant. We trained him well.
Okay.
The Asantehene speaking on this arrogant tag that has, is all around Napo. And then still with the publisher, it says, it is beautiful, it is possible. Why I picked Napo, Bawumia tells it all. And also, Snit Hotels not sold, negotiations ongoing. So this is the new publisher.
Yeah. The Ghanaian publisher also has similar headlines. It says, Bawumia, Napo, Ghana's future. This is coming from the president.
Okay.
Asantehene to Napo, don't make Bawumia regret choosing you. Snit, some Snit stories here. It says, Snit wants to improve its investment returns. And this is the DG justifying the decisions that they are making, saying that all that they are doing is because SNIT wants to improve their investment
returns for pensioners.
And five companies bid for Saglami project. And that's what we have here for the front page of the Ghanaian.
Okay, the Informer has the picture of ex-President Mahama and Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo.
Okay.
It says, echoes of many ways to kill a cat. Sami Jimfi threatens CJ with impeachment. Still with the Informer, it says, fight against corruption. OSP applauded for job well done. And also, making LGP affordable and accessible, NPA targets tax reduction, CEO reveals.
Okay. Daily Guide says, Bawumia, Napo, Sheikh Kumasi. Yeah. Police pursue 7 over MPP Ayawaso West office attack. And government comments German, Nana comments German government. That's what we have for the Daily Guide.
A custodian says Napo is results-oriented. Bawumia declares Otumfuo Akufo-Addo bear testimonies. That's the custodian. Okay. And then the Accra Times says Mahama debunks Akufo-Addo NPP free SHS lies. Insists I can't cancel what I introduced.
Okay.
And then Afenyo can blast NDC, allow state institutions to grow.
Okay. The Republic Press says, Akufo-Addo says no to Mahama. We have 1 million ways to win 2024 election. Won't to me boast. 1 million ways to win. Wow.
I wonder what they are.
Yeah, I wonder what they. No, you should share. Just share 10 with us.
No, in the
only 10 ways.
Sure, he will share them.
Minority snubs Herbert Krapper's vetting, and we have EC to conduct mop-up voter registration exercise from August 1 to August 3. 34 prison inmates write BECE with hopes for a brighter future. All right, and the Alliance for Revolution for revolutionary change will tackle city depreciation head on. Abu Sakara speaking there.
Okay, let me take you to the BNFT. The
Okay.
cement, apart from Napo, the cement is also
Yes, it's those are the two things that are really,
in front of many
almost papers,
newspapers. Because, you know, the price of cement affects all of us one way or the other, even if you're not building, you know. Because your landlord can decide, but you know, Kweku, I don't understand this thing. Maybe you can help me. Landlords and landladies, you've built your house like 20, 30 years ago.
Yes.
And then when people are increasing rent, you're also doing that, and your excuses, the price of cement has gone up.
Yes.
You've not taken out your costs for the 20 years ago.
Future
or the 30
plans
years.
for renovation.
Oh, but it's not fair. Renovation, they don't do renovation. You know, and this thing, tenants go to a new place, they have to redo the whole thing. There's no contract to say that I'll take a bit out of your rent, or when you're going out,
but me, I won't rent
something.
I won't rent it if that's
sure, when you are desperate.
Well, yeah.
When you are desperate, and most of the time people are desperate.
I think I've been fortunate in the sense that the places I have rented, the landlady in one, well, actually in both cases, the landladies, they will write a nice agreement for you, and then part of the agreement is that when you pay, we will sort out this, and they do, and they sort it out.
And you know, some will actually do it, and they won't do it. They'll write it, but they won't do it, and it becomes a big problem. You know, I get so many calls from tenants and all that. Every now and then, a landlord has done that. And the ones that will take the advance, you know, and then when you are ready to move in, they tell you that somebody else a better offer. I mean, all this, and we have rent control. I
don't even know what they're doing.
Do something. Okay, so back to the cement thing. It says, this is a BNFT, cement price control, industry calls for dialogue, says collaboration, not coercion, is the way forward. Also with the BNFT, IMF inflow, market developments ease pressure on city. And then this one, food ingredients import hits $133 million.
Wow.
Hey.
Food ingredients.
Yes. Let me give you a bit of that.
Okay, let's get into it.
Ghana imported $133 million worth of key ingredients for food preparation and processing last year. The United States Department of Agriculture said the amount, according to the department, food processing ingredients annual report on Ghana increased by some 48% from $89.2 million recorded in 2022. Now, these are the ingredients: wheat flour, food additives, and spices, bakery goods, and food coloring and sweeteners. Hey. Wow, this is interesting. So these are the things we are importing.
I guess with food coloring and the sweetness, you're looking at the confectionery business mainly, maybe.
But I thought now everybody's doing more of the organic and the natural.
But
I'm surprised that
Ghana, we haven't understood those things yet, though. Yeah, so maybe a certain group of people may be aspiring to more healthy living and everything else. But for a lot of people, the cheaper, the sweeter, we're good to go.
Okay, so we've given viewers a lot around the Napo, but let's see how, it's being reported. I'll take the one on the unveiled part, and maybe you can take the Asantehene one.
I will.
So let me go to the event proper. And it says, a carnival atmosphere in Kumasi, the new patriotic party. Up to the campaign stake with a rally attended by thousands of supporters at the unveiling of Menchia South Constituency Member of Parliament, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, as the party's running mate for the December general election. With the entire party machinery in assembly and a sea of red, white, and blue at the Jubilee Park, the event put a seal on all intra-party contests ahead of the December 7 polls. Now, party big shots consequently called for unity towards the prosecution of the electoral campaign, with Dr. Prempeh, who is also the energy minister, urging the electorate to vote for Dr. Baumia for the sake of your future, quote-unquote. Earlier, the party introduced the Menchia South lawmaker to Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II at a colorful Durbar at Menchia.
All right. Now, the Ghanaian publisher has a couple of stories on this, but I'll do the second one. So first story is Bawumia Napo, Ghana's future. That's coming from the president. But Asantehene to Napo, he says, don't make Bawumia regret choosing you. And the story here on page 3 of the paper says, the Asantehene, Otumfuo Osei the second, has advised New Patriotic Party running mate Matthew Opoku Prempeh, a.k.a. Napo, to prove those who have accused him of arrogance wrong by demonstrating humility and respect in his new role. Speaking after an outdooring ceremony at the Kumasi Jubilee Park yesterday, the Asantehene expressed confidence in Napo, urging him to be obedient and submissive to the party's flag bearer, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Now, he urged him not to make the flag bearer, Dr. Bawumia, regret ever selecting him as his partner for the 2024 presidential elections. Now, Otumfuo Osei dispelled claims of arrogance associated with Opoku Prempeh, stating, I have not seen any sign of disrespect or arrogance in Matthew Opoku Prempeh while growing up in the palace. Okay, so that's basically what Otumfuo is saying there. But I find it interesting because implicit in his advice is a suggestion that maybe something today.
No, I think as you know, a leader, he's telling him that don't disregard these things people are saying, you know, because I may not have experienced it. And I don't think he can go and be arrogant to Asantehene.
Exactly.
Because that's his, you know, Asantehene's nephew and cousin, whatever.
Absolutely.
So if whatever is going on or whatever we are picking around and there's some iota, or relook at it, you know, and also Bawumia has gone out of his way to pick you, you know, of all the men or women, whatever, he picked you. You have to ensure that you don't go and embarrass him with whatever. So I feel it's a good advice. It just says, oh, like I have a relationship with you, and everybody's saying that, Kweku, dear, you don't mind. I say, Kweku, I mean,
the things I'm hearing,
but, you know. So but this arrogant tag appears to be the main discussion, you know, going on all over the place. Now he's been formally introduced, we know, for the running mates for the NDC. The race has begun. Now the other issues around, you know, both have, you know, some background in education and all that. We'll see how that goes, and then the real issues continue. So it's going to be an interesting one.
I would fancy. I mean, of course, it's not likely to happen, but it would be interesting to have seen a toe-to-toe debate between their running mates, considering their educational background and then their work experience, their political work experience. It would be interesting. It would have been interesting to hear them in an official debate.
So these debates thing. You know, I feel people do these debates, say what they like. Right now, I think people are interested in the to-do. Are you
it's like,
really
get on the ground and let's see
the promises, or you can say all that, but when you don't do it, what's the point? So the real thing is now finding ways to hold people accountable when they make all these great promises. I always say that when you want to get your foot into, you know, into the room or into the door, you say all the nice things. If you come for an interview, unless you're not prepared or you don't really want it, you say all the nice good things, what the people want to hear, those who are interviewing you and all that. But when you come and start the work, would you live up to expectations? So all these promises, we want to see the real thing done when people come into power. So anyway, it'll be good to see hear a debate, see what they say. But the running mates, really, they complement the main candidates. You know? Okay, so let me take you through the cement thing, which is also one of the big stories today, and read a bit around the BNFT story on that. It says, amid heated disputes over the newly proposed price control frameworks, the Chamber of Cement Manufacturers Ghana is calling for constructive dialogue and collaboration with government. The cement industry is urging a reconsideration of what it describes as a heavy-handed approach embodied in the Ghana Standards Authority, pricing of cement regulations 2024 LI proposed by Trade Minister Katie Hammond. Now, COGMAC urges the government to reconsider this heavy-handed approach and engage in constructive dialogue with the industry. Transparency is in cost structure, a focus on long-term solutions like promoting local sourcing of raw materials and open communication are key elements for ensuring a sustainable and affordable cement supply for Ghana, is said in a statement. I think they are spot on with this thing, because you know most of the things that go into the cement manufacturing are imported. Another thing which would definitely affect them due to the imports is the currency issue.
Yes.
You know, so if the currency issue is still a big, problem, and they still have to import a large chunk of what they add to the product, definitely we have a problem there. So let's see how discussions go. They should have the discussion.
I think it's important.
Right now, the thing is looking like it's us and them, you know, government and manufacturing. It shouldn't be so.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't. And you know, when I look at the infographic that we produced last week on the whole cement thing, the price. Yes. So what I noticed was that if you look at the exchange rate, the dollar exchange rate in 2009, which was about 1.2, 1.3, somewhere there, right, to the cedi, to the dollar, the cedi to the dollar. It comes to about $7 for a bag of cement, $7.5 to a bag of cement. Currently, as we speak, the 108 or so where the price is at, the one that they've absorbed 35 Ghana cedis from it. No. That amount is actually, at the current exchange rate, almost the same $7-point-something. So it looks as if, in reality, the dollar price for cement bag hasn't changed in almost 20 years.
But the fluctuations
because of the way our fluctuation of the cedi, the loss of capacity against the dollar is really what is affecting the local price of cement.
We need to look at
I think that it's really what we need to look at.
This exchange rate battle from whenever
it's been on.
It looks like nobody has
the solution.
A solution, or we are struggling to implement things that will solve the problem. Because it's a multifaceted, problem. You have to look at imports. You have to look at the kind of things people are buying. There's so many things, and it's been difficult for governments to try to deal with that.
Do you have any you want to do before we go?
I wanted to look at the MPA targets tax reduction. I want to see what that is about, because everybody complains about taxes all over the world, and Ghana is no exception. Chief Executive Officer of the National Petroleum Authority, Dr. Mustafa Abdulhamid, has stated that the authority is focused on making liquefied petroleum gas affordable and accessible to Ghanaians. To this end, he says the authority is in talks with the government to reduce taxes on the product so as to achieve the objective. Another thing that is expensive is gas. And a lot of people now use gas. We are being encouraged to, use gas in our homes, but it's
becoming very expensive.
You know what? I didn't know that you can buy it in bits. I always thought you have to fill
your cylinder.
I think the last time when the prices were increased, and my friends were telling me that people can buy, and I was like, no, you can't. But we're going back and forth. Oh wow!
It was strange to me because it was actually at the same time that report came out that I realized that so you can actually just buy buy a little bit and then buy that.
But it should be affordable. If it's a basic source of energy we are using, and we're encouraging everybody to desist from the charcoal, the wood, because we need to protect our greeneries and all that. It has to be very affordable for everybody to use.
Right. Vivian, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming through this morning.
Thank you too for having me.
All right, don't go anywhere. Sports is next.
All right, you're welcome, and let's get straight to some sports. On the Euro 2024, Spain booked their place in the final of the 2024 Euros after their 2-1 comeback win over France last night in Munich. France took the lead after 9 minutes when Vandal Colomwani headed home a Kylian Mbappe cross. Spain responded through a wonderful Lamine Yamal curling efforts after 21 minutes. Dani Olmo completed the comeback with Jules Koundé deflected his shot into the net, and that was enough to send Spain through to Sunday's final. Today, England and the Netherlands will meet in the second semi-finals in Dortmund at 7 p.m. England needed penalties to go past Switzerland in the quarterfinals, while the Netherlands called on their powers of recovery to beat Turkey 2-1 in the last 8. The three Lions are hoping to make their second straight Euro final, while the Dutch seek a place in their first final since winning the tournament in 1988. The last 5 meetings between England and the Netherlands, either in friendlies or competitive matches, has ended in 2 draws, 2 Netherlands win, and a sole England win.
Okay, well, it's going to be interesting. We have some 2024 Olympic news. Now, Ghana's contingent at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, France, will leave for the multi-sport competition today. Now, this is according to the Ghana Olympic Committee president, that's Ben Nunu Mensah, who stated this at the official unveiling of the team's kit, Team Ghana's kit for this year's Games. Now, this year's Olympics will run from the 26th of July to the 11th of August. With 9 athletes making up Team Ghana, that's headlined by 2023 African Games high jump champion, Rose Yeboah. Now, we have Yeboah, who won her second gold medal at the event in Africa Athletics Championship held recently in Douala, Cameroon. Now, members of the 4x100 men's relay team are part of Team Ghana after booking its Olympic ticket at the World Relays in Bahamas. All right, so all the best to the entire athletics squad, Team Ghana. All the best to you, and you know, bring back some laurels. You know, I don't think we've gotten anything major at either World Championships or at the Olympics. But hey, who knows? One of these days, very soon, we're going to be seeing something nice.
Yeah,